Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Obscure Angel PT, and for today what I have in here it is Tropico 6 closed beta. So the MBoard games, the developers behind this game, decided to provide me a key for the closed beta, and I'm not really sure if it is real or not what I'm about to say, but I think it's the first time that Tropico is now using, it's the first time they are using Unreal Engine 4. I think they have its own technology. I am not sure about this, but I think they moved on in this game to Unreal Engine 4. But this is all news that I am not sure. The only thing that I'm currently completely sure is that they are using Unreal Engine 4. Okay, so and this is the settings that I will be using for the rest of the video. So I'm using borderless to record or Windows full screen. I do recommend you to use full screen since it's much more responsive. And I'm using median settings plus depth of field. This is more or less a matter of a choice. You actually have a FPS cap which you can personalize, but you can't use in conjunction with VSync. For this video I will be testing low settings and also high settings, all of them with TAA. The borderless causes these issues, so as you can see I'm using borderless and the frame time graph is all over the place. If you use full screen it will behave normally. So that's why I actually play with full screen, but since I need to record it I have to use borderless. And this is the results that I got while playing the game with high settings, median settings and low settings. So the high settings provides an average of 32 frames per second and a 1% low of 22. My experience so far is that the game spent most of its time below 30 frames per second. The median settings was kind of a mix. There were moments where it was 25, 30, 40, depending on the density of objects where you have the camera placed. The low settings was the only setting that did provide to me an experience completely above 30 frames per second. But now talking about the graphical differences between all these settings, in my opinion, all these three graphical presets are amazing. The low settings, yes, there are some things that are worse, like for example shadows are noticeably more sparse. Stuff like textures are a little bit worse, but that's really something that you don't really notice that much, to be honest. Stuff like, I don't know, draw distances or quantity of objects which you can see on the distance is reduced comparing to median, and it's quite noticeable. At first when I started to test this game I started with the low settings and I really found that the game graphics were pretty good. When I raised the graphics to median, the only stuff that I really noticed different, it was just the shadows, the water slightly, to be honest, it was just a slightly difference, and the quantity of objects that you could see in the distance. That was the free stuff, the free graphical settings that I noticed the difference graphically from low to median. From median to high, yeah, there were small improvements, but a little bit more hard to catch the differences. So for me the median settings are the way to go. But you might ask something like, oh, okay Pedro, but, or Obscure Angel, Pedro is my real name. You might say something like, for example, okay, but you are having frame rates below 30 frames per second. How can you consider median settings playable? Well, I'm going to say the same thing that I said last time, that I tested a similar game to this, which was Jurassic. It wasn't Jurassic Park, it was Jurassic something. Yeah, you know the game, okay? I tested recently. These type of games, you don't really require the mega responsive like on a racing game or on a shooter, okay? You don't need to have 60 frames per second, and you don't even need to have 30 in order to enjoy this game properly. Of course, you will always try to have as maximum as you can. But what I want to show you in here is that you can actually play the game decently, even at around 25 frames per second, with no issues whatsoever. And if you want to have above 30 frames per second, you just need to reduce the game graphics to low, and like I said, it still looks amazingly, in my opinion. That's essentially what you can expect from the graphics. And this game has one of the things that I never expected to say. If there wasn't something in the game saying that this game was using Unreal Engine 4, I would never guess it. Unreal Engine 4 games usually looks pretty much the same, but this one, aside from the shadows, I wouldn't have anything to suspect that they were using Unreal Engine 4, because all the tone mapping, all the environment is very different than most Unreal Engine games use. So I'm actually very surprising. So since this game it is a closed beta, you can only expect to see this game to launch in January. There isn't even a final date, so there is no date. They just said that the game is about to get released in January next year, but right now, as you can see, I already have access to this closed beta, and as you can see, the game runs flawlessly. So if you think that you don't have any new game to play in 2019 with this system, well, keep in mind that in January you can buy Tropico 6 because you can actually run it, and it seems awesome. Okay, I feel very shameful because on my Steam account I think I have Tropico 4 and Tropico 5, and I never played any of them, and now I'm here testing Tropico 6, the first time I'm testing a Tropico game, and I find this game amazing. Okay, so guys, that's all that I want to talk about Tropico. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video. I will be doing a lot of stuff. Most of the time I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do or what the hell I'm currently doing right now, but hope you keep enjoying the rest of it, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye guys, thank you a lot for watching so far.
More, Governor, more. Always more. Your distillery seems to be working. It's my job to fully exploit these islands.
Corruption is so rife, Governor, that we have...
More, Governor, more. Always more. Hop. The cruel, salty sea, she burns the lungs of young penultimate. You're doing splendidly, Governor.
Shh, my governor, we must talk, but not too loudly, as walls have ears, and not too softly, or we shall not hear one another.
Why are you wasting your time? The Crown's advisors could... I suppose that we should do something with all that spare wood, don't you think? Maybe...
Viva la revolución! Together, go...
More, Governor, more. Always more. So, it seems that we are unable...